Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. The intersection of law, politics, and technology is going to force a lot of good thinking. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Software is a great combination between artistry and engineering. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. When I was growing up, my parents were almost involved in various volunteer things. My dad was head of Planned Parenthood. And it was very controversial to be involved with that. Information technology and business are becoming inextricably interwoven. I don't think anybody can talk meaningfully about one without talking about the other. In the long run, your human capital is your main base of competition. Your leading indicator of where you're going to be 20 years from now is how well you're doing in your education system. The advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it, so it's part of everyday life. I think it's fair to say that personal computers have become the most empowering tool we've ever created. They're tools of communication, they're tools of creativity, and they can be shaped by their user. By improving health, empowering women, population growth comes down. I'm a great believer that any tool that enhances communication has profound effects in terms of how people can learn from each other, and how they can achieve the kind of freedoms that they're interested in. I believe that if you show people the problems and you show them the solutions, they will be moved to act. I really had a lot of dreams when I was a kid, and I think a great deal of that grew out of the fact that I had a chance to read a lot. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize, in positive ways to help society. In business, the idea of measuring what you are doing, picking the measurements that count like customer satisfaction and performance, you thrive on that. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. Historically, privacy was almost implicit, because it was hard to find and gather information. But in the digital world, whether it's digital cameras or satellites or just what you click on, we need to have more explicit rules, not just for governments but for private companies. If you're low income in the United States, you have a higher chance of going to jail than you do of getting a 4-year degree. And that doesn't seem entirely fair. Innovations that are guided by smallholder farmers, adapted to local circumstances, and sustainable for the economy and environment will be necessary to ensure food security in the future. Now, we put out a lot of carbon dioxide every year, over 26 billion tons. For each American, it's about 20 tons. For people in poor countries, it's less than 1 ton. It's an average of about 5 tons for everyone on the planet. And, somehow, we have to make changes that will bring that down to 0. People always fear change. People feared electricity when it was invented, didn't they? People feared coal, they feared gas-powered engines. There will always be ignorance, and ignorance leads to fear. But with time, people will come to accept their silicon masters.